What should a breeder guarantee? Do you want to watch the video? Let's go. What things should a breeder guarantee and what things cannot a breeder guarantee? Do you want to watch the video? Well, come on, let's start. Well, obviously, there are some things that can be guaranteed that yes, they can and should be guaranteed, and there are other things that should not and cannot be guaranteed, okay? So, the first point would be that a guarantee must be given about the puppy. A guarantee that the puppy is healthy, that it is a healthy puppy, okay? That it will not have any major health problems later on. For example, elbow dysplasia, hip dysplasia, etc., etc., etc. A heart problem, that must be guaranteed. The breeder has to guarantee it, okay? Evidently, the guarantee from 1 year to 2 years, depending on the country we are talking about, okay? It's a topic that varies, but there has to be a guarantee and responsibility and being a person, okay? That's very important because there are people, there are breeders who, well, I don't want to say they aren't people, but let's say they don't have much sensitivity. And so, Vestos said the first thing to do is to be a person and attend to people, right? Obviously, if it's a matter where they are right, then acknowledge that. And if it's a matter where they are not right, then explain and say, that's what veterinarians are for. Look, I have the veterinarian's report here that says this. It's not me saying it. So, attending to people, that's important. Then it's also very important that the parents are healthy. The same, that they don't have dysplasia problems, that they don't have hip dysplasia problems, etc., etc. Just like before, just like the puppy, the parents have to be well. The third point, it is also important to ensure that it is safe for the parents to have a tested character or a well-socialized character, because character is a very important part that is genetic. A large part of the temperament of the parents passes to the puppies, okay? And it is an important part of how the father or the mother is. If the mother is not well socialized and people come to the house, or you as a breeder, and she bites people, well, what a way to do things, right? Then it's important the adults. Not just work with the puppies, work with the adults. There are some people, without naming names, who have cages 1 by 1 or 2 by 2, 200. I don't know how many days there. I mean, the whole year, the adult dog there. What kind of life is that? What kind of society do you have that? What kind of affection? What kind of love? Why do you dedicate yourself to this?
Do something else.
Go make money at a bank. Go do whatever. Go play football, or go. I don't know. But this is done because you like it, because you love what you do, and that's one of the ways things turn out well. Things turn out well when the right things are done. So another important point is to guarantee that the puppy has been in good conditions, in a proper place, has been fed, and this is very important, it has been fed correctly. Because the feeding of a Chihuahua or Maltese, which are small, is not the same as the feeding of a Dog de Bordeaux, an Argentine Dogo, a Cane Corso, or a Spanish Mastiff, which are large breeds. So, at the moment, when, for all those dogs, the breeder is skimping on. Come on, which kibble is it? Ah, this one. And it's really looking for the cheapest kibble with less quality. And on top of that, takes the little steps. And you keep skimping there. That is terrible for a breed like the Can Corso. It's terrible because with the growth spurts and weight changes that a Can Corso has, it will lack thousands of nutrients for muscle. It will lack fuel for muscle, chondroitin for the elbows, thousands of things.
Obviously, the diet of an athlete is not the same as the diet of a person who is experiencing hardships in Ethiopia, for example.
It's not the same. Here, it will be top nutrition, nothing will be missing, and it will be impressive how the muscles will be. And here, there will be poor nutrition, there will be a lot of deficiencies. I think that's understood. When you give something bad and start with the little bottle, which really annoys me, that little bottle with numbers, for what? You pour 50. That really annoys me. Well, that's why I decide to give natural, because I believe the natural diet. I think a steak is better than one of those little balls that swell up and have no expiration date. This lasts a year. Wow, it lasts a year. That's cool. And the steak, you know that if you leave it for 24 hours, it starts to rot. How is that possible? Well, I prefer to give this to my dogs.
Easier. So come on, eh? I get carried away with aversion.
That should also ensure, besides all that, should ensure that the breeder delivers, in this case, a puppy that is very well socialized, with all the correct stages of socialization, with everything a puppy needs, with everything super well done, the whole process of noises that the puppy needs to experience, of changes, the whole process with the mother, not separating the mother too early, because there is a very important issue. For example, there comes a time when the puppies do not have control over their bite. In fact, you start playing with them and they give you some bites with those pins. Then, hey! So what the mother does now is correct them and growls, ah! So she's teaching them. If that process, because they have been separated from the mother too early, is not given to them, then these are things the puppies do not learn and they need to learn. The whole process of, a puppy park would be super important since things are done right. Well, that's important because there the puppy has different toys, different textures, different materials to step on, different noises, and it grows a lot and opens its mind.
And it is very important during this time for the puppies.
That cannot guarantee a rest well. For example, cannot guarantee that the puppy is delivered at 3 months, spectacular, everything super well done, super cool, with an impressive Cane Corso quality, and then the owner does not continue the process. The process, because there's a missing process of car, a missing process of city, a missing process of taking it out much more. Okay, and then there's a missing process of education, of limits, because a client could come to you, hey, look, at 9 months, I'm returning the dog. The dog doesn't listen to me now and growls at me whenever it gets on the sofa and claims it's the owner of the sofa. And you, in the process of socialization and character, have you guaranteed it? Yes, of course, I guarantee it, and it must be guaranteed. Yeah. But if you arrive with the puppy at 3, 4 months, and you are not able to set boundaries, or it does whatever it wants, like a lost child who gets lost, well, also, if you don't educate your children and you just leave them there, ignoring everything, well, and surely the child will go down a bad path. If you don't set limits for the Cane Corso at 3, at 4, whatever limits you want. The limits are whatever you want. Sofa yes, bed no, but no.
Okay, handsome, very good, very good. When you like it, when you don't like it, no, strong.
And in the end, you will have, a spectacular character to enjoy. And on the other hand, if, I don't know, if you leave it to chance, if you don't set limits, if you occasionally hit it, I don't know, then the dog's character will be one that, oh my, no one can handle the dog. So that's very important. The process can be very well done up to 3-4 months, but then you have to keep working and keep educating. Okay, what other things can't a breeder guarantee? Well, a breeder gives you a puppy Boivia Irapofe Sasapantos. Whatever age, as determined by the regulations of each place, of each country, okay, at 2.5, 3, 4, or 5. Or like I confuse with Australia, where the dog almost goes at 1 year old with whatever. And the quality of the dog at 3 months is this. It can be a first choice of the litter. At that moment, it is a first choice. It can be a second choice, the second best of the litter. It can be a dog, let's say, for companionship, right? A family dog.
But that does not mean that the best of the litter can be guaranteed to become a world champion. Or that it will be a champion of a country. Because it's not in the breeder's hands. Because that can get out of control. Do you know how many times I have gone, traveled, picked up a puppy? This is brutal. This is impossible. I have laser beams with the Cane Corso. I have laser beams, and with my laser beams, this is going to be the best puppy in the world, and it fell apart on me. The face over there, the eyes, the butt over there, the hands like this over there, well, horrible. Something that makes you say, oh my God, what has this done?
And it has happened to me.
I mean, that's something that is not in the breeder's hands. It can evolve into a super dog, the best of all, or evolve into a good dog, or end up being a very bad dog, or it might end up lacking bone, lacking size, I don't know. 1,000 things can happen.
So, that cannot be guaranteed. Then, there are many people who tell you, I want a dog for show. Okay?
Right now, I am selling you a dog for show. What I don't know is if, after a year, the dog will be a show dog.
You treat it well. You have to train it for show. You have to give it the best conditions. You have to pamper it in terms of education, of limits. If that's not done, it goes away. If it's not fed there and given spectacular nutrition, the dog, well, if it's not wonderfully trained with the leash and the positions for show, well, I mean, it's just that a show dog, well, has a lot of tasks. After all that, may they accompany you and the dog, well, evolves top. But that is not in the hands of the person who breeds or the enthusiast who can sell you a dog or any type of breed. The same thing always happens. So there are things that yes and other things that no. Okay? So I want the video, I think, is well understood. It's an explanatory video that is useful for many things. It's important. And, well, I hope you liked the video. We already have a few, and each time we are a few more. Let's hope that, that every day it keeps expanding, and that we become many, 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 and that the Cane Corso reaches everywhere. And that's it. Black belts. A big greeting. Bye-bye.